This is Task for the Weekend, October 9th, 2021. This is Susan Bradley for AskWoody.com. Tonight I'm going to talk about checking out an email. Something had happened to me earlier today that I was almost tempted to click on something, and then I realized, wait a sec, that link doesn't look quite right. And basically it comes down to, first off, wait, don't click, and hover. And I'll show you what I mean. And even with text messages on your phone, you want to make sure that you wait, even ask somebody else, check with someone you know, come out to the forum and ask somebody on AskWoody.com if they've seen something the same way, because these days they're coming after both our email inbox and also text messages. So here's the email, and first and foremost, it is pretty normal these days for FedEx to be delayed in sending a package. So, and I've been expecting some things, and so when this email came in, I almost fell for it, to be honest with you, because I was like, where's that package? And I almost clicked, and then when I went over the top of the URL, it was like, wait a sec, what is that? And what you're looking for, see, when I hover over this URL and it turns into a finger, see where on the down on the bottom left corner, you see how the URL shows up down there in your browser? And first and foremost, FedEx never uses this SendGrid link. And that was my first clue of like, wait a sec, what's going on here? Same way with there. And so let's go see what that thing is doing, and I'll do this on a virtual machine so you can see what's happening. So first up, I'm going to try Edge, and I'm going to hit enter. Oops, I didn't want search. Let's try that again. Takes a while for it to copy that URL down. So we're going to see what it does on Edge. And you can see that it blocked the file because it says it could be malicious and could harm my device. Now let's try what it does over here in Chrome. Get to the end of the URL. Your first clue that this is a malicious URL is how long this thing is. So let's get to the end. One of these days we'll get to the end. Now let's see what it does on this one. Again, same thing, it's blocking it. And then last but not least, let's try Firefox and see what happens on Firefox. Now these are all default browsers. I don't have any extra plugins. This is just a newly built. So let's go up here, type in clipboard again. Let's see if all three browsers are smart enough. Now here's interesting. I would not like to see that. See how it's letting us save the file? I would hope that it would block that. So of the three, I would say Chrome and Edge are the better of the two Firefox is not making me happy because it's not blocking that file by default. So just an FYI, always be careful whenever you use any browser and any kind of URL like that. Microsoft is starting to do more by default, and this was very good to see this the other day. Older macro styles will be blocked by default in Microsoft 365. In particular, it's what's called Excel 4.0, which is a really old macro style, will be blocked by default. And in a recent Malwarebytes lab, you can see that they talk about first added to Excel in 1992. So this is a very, very old style, and they're, like I said, depending on which patching channel you are on, Insiders, Current Channel, or Monthly Enterprise, it's going to come by either mid-November or mid-December. So it's been a long time, but it's a good thing to have, actually. Now, why are Excel 4.0 macros malicious? Anytime that you have a script or something that can run without permission, it's not a good thing. So these macros predominantly come in through Outlook, and especially on the older platforms, be careful, because whenever you get a link like I just got that has something that wants to script something, launch something, they can take control of your machine. This is how ransomware gets on machines. This is how attackers get into your machines. So this is why Microsoft is seeing this as a big issue, especially for businesses, and they're starting to do blocking of this particular macro style by default. I'm hoping that more and more of these kinds of things will occur. And in fact, in tomorrow's newsletter, I'm going to be talking about something that you can proactively do in your machine to make it even more secure. So for those of you that are Ask Woody Plus members, look for that newsletter that will be coming out tomorrow that will have additional extra information on how you can make your machine more secure. Remember, we're at MS DEF CON 2. That means batten down the hatches, get ready for Patch Tuesday coming up on Tuesday. You have a little bit of time. If you want to install 2.1H1, you have between now and Tuesday morning to do all of your maintenance. So do it now. Have a great week. Once again, this is Susan Bradley for AskWoody.com.